Okay, so moving right along through the list, and next up at number 6, we've got a character I can sum up with 3 words. It's clobbering time! That was really bad, I'm sorry. Anyway, so yes, Ben Grimm the Thing at number 6 of my top 10 favorite Marvel superheroes. Now, I was considering doing the Fantastic Four on a whole because I've always enjoyed them, but I was like, no, that's an entire team, and let's just stick singularly. And of the Fantastic Four, the Thing is by far my favorite of the Fantastic Four. The reason why is because he's not just like he's not just a rock man. He's not just like a literal rock man, even though that's what he is. He's also, I feel like, he is the rock of the team in the sense that, in the metaphorical sense that Ben is the most human, even though, yes, he is a giant rock monster. Here's a guy who doesn't have any, like, even when he was just regular old Ben Grimm, he wasn't good looking like Johnny, he wasn't, like, smart like Reed and Sue was, so, yeah, Ben has always had the most rotten luck with about everything in his life. Whether that be with his life before becoming the Thing or becoming since. The Thing is also despite the rocky outlook, he is by far he is very much the most down-to-earth of the Fantastic Four. Here's a guy who would rather sit home, watch a football game while eating a big bowl of nachos, and shouting at the TV than going into some microverse to punch Doctor Doom in the face, even though that would make him all the more happier. And that's what I like about him, is that he's just this very human character, on the inside. He is just this, regular guy who just he's not like, oh, I'm, incredibly intelligent, and I know how to fix machines and all that. He's like, no, this is Reed's area of expertise. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna fly the ships. So cool. Are we cool with that? That's cool. And that's what I like about him, is that he's just this regular guy who wants nothing more than to just, live like a normal human being despite being a giant rock man. He's just a guy who wants to go home and watch the football game and not deal with this right now. And that's what I like about him. And he also has some of those human reactions to what the Fantastic Four get into, like giant, monsters coming out of the ground to swallow the building. He's like, God, not again. Or going into a multiverse to fight an evil version of Reed, or encounter Sue from an alternate timeline. He's like, oh my God, this is such bullshit. And yeah, you just got, he's the guy who just rolls with the punches and usually dishes them out. He's the strong man of the group, but he's also one of the more, like, just simple thinking kind of person, where he's just like, I'm gonna hit him. We already tried that. No, you don't understand. I'm gonna hit him really hard. And yeah, that's what I've always loved about Ben, is that, and it's kind of funny, I don't really call him the Thing. Whenever I talk about this character, I usually just call him Ben, because, yeah, he's just that much human to call him Ben Grimm than the Thing. But anyway, so Ben is this character who is just an all-around just fun guy. He just wants to, he just wants to do normal human things, but everyone treats him like a monster, even though time and time again he's kind of helped save the world multiple times. I don't know, like, that's the thing, like, I hope there's, like, some comics out there, and maybe there are, of, like, some people where the Thing could just go somewhere without being gawked at, like a giant golem. But, because, yeah, he saved the world so many frickin' times. But, yeah. And the other thing is that he's a guy I can really relate to on a, very human level. Ben is very much a character I can relate to in regards to, not having the best of luck in life, comparatively speaking to my siblings, I'm not the most, I wasn't blessed with the kind of, acrobatic skills or dancing skills my sister has, or just the military prowess my brother has. I can't really play a instrument like my dad can, and I'm not exactly the smartest guy like my mom is. So I'm not the smart. I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying I'm dumb. Let's be clear. I'm not saying I'm completely idiotic. I'm just saying that I'm nowhere near I'm nowhere near as smart as my mother is. So yeah, I do kind of feel like, much like Ben does half the time, where I kind of feel like I'm the short one. I'm the short stick of the group. I really sympathize when with Ben whenever he's like, I don't get any of this. Why do I have to do why do I have to do all the grunt work in here? And why am I the only one who thinks of like the most simplest plan as the easy plan? So that's what, I've really always kind of sympathized and, related it to Ben in that regard of just being like, God, I really suck. and my appearance doesn't help either. Because if you guys have seen me on the live streams, I'm not exactly the nicest guy to look at. I'm not exactly like, I'm no George Clooney. I am in no means a George Clooney. I'm not even, Clive Owen, really. Or, I don't know. What I'm saying is I'm not the best person to look at. I'm not the best person to really look at on a whole. So again, I kind of do feel like Ben in that regard when, I'm trying to when I talk to new people or something like that. I always feel like, yeah, I really do feel like Ben Grimm right now. Because, yeah, I don't, I'm smart, but I'm nowhere near, like, super intelligent. The glasses, don't exactly... just because I wear glasses doesn't mean I'm some super genius, So, yeah, most of the time, whether I be around friends or family, I do kind of feel like the Ben Grimm in most situations, where I'd be like, I want to be anywhere else but here right now. Not necessarily, like, maybe just doing something but I always like hanging out with friends and stuff like that. Like, I'd rather be hanging out with friends than doing this super complicated thing right now. Or being at home, away from everybody, So again, I sympathize with Ben in that form, where I'm just like, I want to be with friends, or I want to be alone right now, so... Yeah, and it just kind of shows that big rough exterior, much like with Ben Grimm, where it's a big rough exterior, there's a big softy inside. And yeah, I know I kind of look intimidating, and trust me, I've been at conventions where I scare the shit out of some people. A few times I've scared recently actually, fun fact, I terrified two guys, I scared a couple people just by looking at them, but mostly because I was hangry. I'm sorry, I was just really hungry. I just wanted to eat. So I just kind of intimidated some people, so yeah. And again, very much like how Ben Grimm would whenever he's like, I'm just angry, I just want to eat. So, anyway. So there you go, guys. There's just my number 6, and I know, it's surprising to have The Thing over Captain America. But yeah, I just think Ben has always been a character that I've always enjoyed, with whether he be in the Fantastic Four or not. He's just a regular Joe who happens to be a rock man. So anyway, guys, as always, remember that this is my list, so the characters can be high, if you think a character should be higher or lower, that's totally fine. I'm just saying that this is how my list is going, so yeah. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of The Thing as a character? You guys like him, hate him? Comment below, let me know. And, yeah, hope you all are enjoying the list so far, because now we've hit the halfway point, so stay tuned for the rest. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.